Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and today I am doing another movie review, but I'm also going to be kicking off a new series here on the Media Assault channel, and it's not the greatest title, but I'm calling it Netflix Archaeology. Basically what I'll be doing in this series, which I'll just do episodes of sporadically throughout the year and hopefully coming years, are movies that I discovered while browsing Netflix that I probably wouldn't have watched had I not come across them on the Netflix browser. So today, the initial premiere episode is a review of a movie called Last Days Here, which is a documentary about Bobby Liebling, who was and still is the lead singer of a heavy metal band called Pentagram. And I am a heavy metal fan. I've been a heavy metal fan since the late 70s, early 80s, and I had never heard of Pentagram at all. But apparently they have a very good, solid, dedicated following, and they are also very influential, apparently, to a lot of musicians. So this movie, which was directed by Don Argott and Demian Fenton, documents their lead singer, Pentagram's lead singer. His name is Bobby Liebling, and as we find him in this documentary, which is in the year 2010, he is nearing his 53rd birthday. He's living in his mother's basement, or his parents' basement. Actually, it's called the sub-basement. And he is addicted to crack. He's addicted to cocaine. He's addicted to all sorts of different drugs. He drinks a lot. But it's obvious that he's very talented. It's obvious that there are a lot of people in his life who care about him. One of them is a man named Sean Pelletier, who was once just a fan of Pentagram. He discovered one of their recordings in a flea market, I believe, and said, wow, this band is fantastic. And he eventually became their manager. So the movie sort of chronicles Pelletier's attempts to get Bobby Liebling kind of back on his feet for a reunion concert, or a pair of reunion concerts, or not necessarily reunion concerts, but I guess just concerts, because the lineup of this band just seems to be a revolving door. And there are interviews with the original members of the band and kind of a story of why they never made it big, kind of some miscues they've had and some missteps in their past and obstacles that went in their way. But what really keeps this movie interesting and worth watching, I think, is because Bobby Liebling is a personality and a person that you don't know what he's going to do next. He's horribly addicted to drugs, and he constantly thinks that he's going to die. He thinks he's infected with these parasites that are underneath his skin, and he's totally scratching his skin all the time to the point of bleeding. But he gets these incredible moments of clarity, and you think he's going to pull it all together and snap together and just wake up and do something with all this talent he seems to have. And then he'll do something else, either amazingly brilliant or really stupid, and you never know what he's going to do, and that's what kept me watching from beginning to end. The story of the band prior to when this was filmed is interesting, but it is the story of what Bobby seems to go through on a day-to-day basis that really kept me interested. This movie is sort of reminiscent of Anvil, the story of Anvil, which I've reviewed in the past. It's not quite as successful, it's not quite as engaging as that movie as far as I'm concerned, but it is worth a watch, especially if you're interested in just weird characters. Definitely if you're into heavy metal, but it's not really a heavy metal film. There's very little music. That's actually one of my critiques of the movie, is that I didn't hear enough of Pentagram and the songwriting of Bobby Liebling to really say, wow, this man is super talented. I can't believe he didn't make it. Excuse me. What I'm left with is, this is a guy that seems to have some talent. He obviously is able to get a lot of people to support, take care of him, and kind of, prod him on his way. But I would have liked to have seen more of what he's capable of or what he's done in the past, rather than it just being hinted at. I don't know if maybe that was a rights issue with music or what, but obviously a lot of people rally around this guy, and there's got to be a reason, especially when it comes to the music side of things, because there are all these people who are claiming that he and the band were influential. I just would have liked to have seen more of that. But if you're really into, like I said, documentaries that are about strange personalities, you'll love this. If you're into heavy metal, you'll love this. But it's just an interesting, gripping, maybe not gripping, but at least it's engaging, it's entertaining documentary about a very interesting individual, Bobby Liebling. And the movie is called Last Days Here. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, and you'll definitely find it on Netflix. You can also find it on Amazon Prime Instant. It is available for free there if you're a member of that as well. And apparently it will be on the movie channel beginning in March of this year at some point. So check it out. Last Days Here from 2011. It is my first Netflix archaeological find, and I hope you enjoyed this review. And I hope you look forward to seeing some future episodes in this series. So thanks again for watching, everybody. As always, feel free to rate, comment, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot.